people coming out to show their support of the frontline workers in this community. So those who are caring in a personal capacity for people in group homes, for people in nursing homes, they are at the front lines of this crisis. They are not receiving the support that they need. They are not getting hazard pay. As we know, the supplies of personal protective equipment are very, very low. This is obviously a global problem and the state is working hard, but it is a function of a highly privatized healthcare system that we don't have this stuff in stock. Hazard pay, safe staffing is another issue that has come up repeatedly. This is the SEIU. Folks in this union tend to be low income, they tend to be women, they tend to be people of color. So the virus in this case is exposing existing inequalities in pay and in working conditions. So people are here today to show their support of those frontline workers and to demand better accommodations for those who are keeping the Rhode Islanders safe. Absolutely. I mean, I have a number of constituents who belong to SEIU, so clearly part of my job is to be involved about what matters. But I hear on a regular basis from my constituents who are nurses, who are doctors, who are CNAs, who are teachers, who are the frontline workers in my community, who are supermarket checkers, talking about the problems that they're facing. That's part of our job. So I guess hearing about it is my job, right? But this, I mean, the shortages are showing up everywhere. Frontline workers everywhere are not prepared for a crisis like this, and we need to do better by them. While we are searching for more PPE, while companies are gearing up to produce that, we need to be compensating people for this incredibly dangerous work that they are doing.
What are you hearing that they want out of this demonstration?
So 3 things. Safe staffing, which has been, as I said, an ongoing struggle, right? So staffing levels that are appropriate to the need within these facilities. The second thing is the supply of personal protective equipment. That is a search that Governor Raimondo and the state administration is undertaking on the regular. And the third is hazard pay, right? So fair compensation. Many of these folks make less than $15 an hour. And that is not a lot of money to go to work every day and risk the lives of you and your family to care for others in our community, which is essential work. It's God's work, but you should be compensated for it. So those are the 3 demands. But I would imagine that this is on the agenda, that hazard pay is on the agenda going forward. In a world like this where, we are connected by flights and where viruses and diseases, pandemics can spread so quickly, we need to be better prepared. We need to be caring for our workers. We need to have sufficient stocks of the things that keep them safe. And we need to compensate them fairly for the time and the risk that they're undertaking to keep the rest of us safe. I mean, Governor Raimondo and Dr. Nicole Alexander Scott today had some guidance in their daily address about making masks. The best guidance that I can give and the best way to help out is what's already been done. Stay home, especially if you're sick. Do work from home. Cover yourself, which I am not doing right now because I can't talk to a microphone through a mask. But I have my mask right there in the car. Avoid unnecessary trips. But I would add this, support your neighbors, right? I have found incredible hope in the blossoming of mutual aid groups that have come out of all parts of this community. I'm talking specifically about Pawtucket, but I know there are robust groups in Providence and everywhere else. People are buying each other groceries. People are, making pharmacy and grocery runs for those who are either elderly or otherwise vulnerable. Call your neighbors, check in on them, see what they need. Offer, if you're not in an at-risk category, offer to make a run for them. There is a neighborhood support group in Oak Hill and in Woodlawn in Pawtucket, so people can email me, mkallman@pawtucketri.com if you want to get involved in that, either on the receiving end or the giving end. But check in on people, right? We need each other, especially in this time of social isolation, social distancing. And we need to remember that we are still a community, even if we can't give each other hugs.